Hi there everyone, welcome back to Yoga Magnificat with Mathia in my basement. Today's class is going to be a Yoga Burn Vinyasa Flow. So again, for strong beginners and intermediate yogis and anyone who wants to challenge themselves a little bit more. The nice thing about video is that you can always watch through the whole thing and see if there's some things you want to modify or skip, or just decide whether this class is for your level or not. You may want to grab a block and a strap depending on what you might need for some of the poses we'll be doing today. And of course, get a nice solid mat. Now, before we start, I just wanted to say thank you to all of our essential workers out there. I know that this is not a time that you would prefer to be out of your homes, but I just wanted to say that I, for one, really appreciate all the people who go out there every day taking risks to stock our shelves with food and essentials, our grocery workers, our cashiers, pharmacists, doctors, nurses, hospital staff, and so many others, even those who work at the prison. I know a lot of you don't really have a choice about some of the things that you need to do at this time, and you'd probably prefer to be home with your families. And I just wanted to say that I'm pretty sure everyone out there really appreciates you putting yourself out there for us. So thank you. And I also saw on Facebook that Adam Lorden is circulating a poster trying to get the word out to everybody that there's going to be an essential worker appreciation make some noise thing that we're going to do on Saturday, April 4th. From 7 p.m. till 7:10 p.m. So if you do remember and mark it on your calendars to grab your noisemakers and get out into your windows and your doors and make some noise for all of our very essential, very much needed essential workers. So I hope that some of you out there, whether you're home or whether you have to go and work, can take some time for yourself and enjoy some exercise with me or any resources that you can find online. With that said, we're going to get started lying down today. We are going to be starting with some core work, so get comfortable, but not too comfortable too fast. So come on and take a lie down onto your back. Once you arrive, come into Shavasana, either with your legs extended or your feet on the ground, whatever makes your back feel most comfortable. Take a few long breaths in through the nose. Out through the nose. Let everything that's been balled up in you, tension or stress, just leave with your exhale. Take another big breath in. And a big breath out. Notice if you're clenching between the eyes, the face and the jaw, neck and shoulders. Let yourself melt down through the backs of your arms, your shoulders, through the entire length of your spine, rib cage, and belly. And then feel the ground beneath your seat and the backs of your legs. Let everything from the tops of your thighs down just dissolve, become liquid, till you can feel it leaving through the tips of your toes, all tension or grip. With this focus and with this rhythm of breath, begin to wiggle the fingers, the toes, and maybe open the eyes. From here, walk your feet in closer towards your seat, keeping your feet about hip distance apart. Flatten your palms against the floor and the backs of your shoulders and look up. Don't look around. We're coming to bridge pose. You want to keep your gaze up at the ceiling. Begin to lift your tailbone by pushing your feet into the ground and the backs of your shoulders and arms. Take a deep breath and inflate through your belly, just like a balloon. And exhale, stay here. I'm just waking up the core a little bit, the glutes, the back of the body. Exhale, lower your tailbone slowly to the ground as you tap. Inhale, press it up again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bring it down. We're going to start with some core work here. So just to warm things up, bring your knees over your hips. Keep your shins parallel to the floor and flex your feet. Draw your core down towards the floor so you're sealing up any space in your low back from the mat. So if you're hiking that back up, plug it back down. Bring the hands down flat to the floor and then just begin tapping the heels down to the ground and lifting them back up. Trying to keep your knees just over your hips. You don't need to bring them to your tummy, and just gently tap your heels down and bring them up. Tap the heels and bring them up. Good. Just continue like this, feeling that core contraction happening as you lower the legs and bring them back up with control. Go slow. Try not to rush, and try to really feel your abdominals working here. You may not feel like there's a lot going on just yet. We're just still trying to warm up the core. Let's do one more. Bring the knees up over your hips. Now from here, we're going to start with some extended leg bicycles. So we're going to extend the left leg forward and then bring the right leg up. So you're creating like an L shape with your legs. Now the fingers come to your temples. Keep your chest broad and wide, your elbows out, and you're going to twist towards the right leg. So you're going to take your left shoulder and try to aim towards the right side of the wall. And then you're going to bring that left foot up, lower your right foot, and twist to the left. Same thing. Twist to the right, lift it up. Try to hover your bottom foot. And then again. If you find this is too difficult, you can always come back to a bent knee position, kind of more of a traditional bicycle. But if you prefer, you can straighten things up, make things a little bit more spicy. Last one. Bring the legs back up, relax your shoulders, and release your feet. Walk your feet a little closer to your bottom like you're going to do bridge pose. And then from here, flip your palms up to the sky. You're going to lift your shoulders and your upper back off the floor as much as you can. Keep some space between your chin and your chest. And then we're going to reach for the right heel and then reach over to the left heel. Keep looking up and forward, not crunch down to your chest. So you're sort of just swaying from side to side, reaching for each heel, finding strength through your core and your obliques. Find your breath, continue breathing. Last one, put it down. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We've got one more to go before we move on. So let's come into feet closer together, and this time get your knees and your feet to touch. We're going to bring the feet up over the face, kind of like just an L shape here, and keep your core contracted down. Now we're going to do one of my favorites. It's called the W. So what we do is we begin in the center of the W, and then we lower the legs, separate them when we hover, and draw the outer edges of that W. And then come back through, seal up the feet, bring them up to center. Okay, so now once you have that, we're going to add a little hip thrust at the end of each elevation of the legs. So from here, drop the heels, separate, and then add a little hip thrust. Bring it back down together. When you come back up, hip thrust. Got it? Bring the outer W, and then bring it to center, hip thrust. Draw those outer arms, hip thrust, bring it to center, and again. Okay, so we're going to continue on through this. You can keep your legs a little bit higher if you wish, or you can go for it much lower. Last one, bring it up and hug your knees in. Give yourself a little tiny rest. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, let's place those feet down. Now we're going to roll up 3 times, and at the end of the 3rd roll, we're going to come up into a squat position. So we're going to try to land on our feet. So you can always watch to see what I mean, or you can follow along. So hold on for 1, for 2, gain momentum, and see if you can come up onto your feet and stay crouched low. Yippee. It wasn't that fun. Don't sweat it if you couldn't get it the first time. If you need to try rolling and do it again, you'll get it. You just need a little bit of practice. So the toes are splayed out a little bit wide. Bring your inner elbows to the inner knees. Press your hands together and open those thighs apart. Take a deep breath in. Lengthen through the crown of your head. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. We're going to take some modified step backs. They look kind of like burpees, but we're not going to go through the entire sequence of them. So we start with the hands down. Push into your hands and float those feet back into a plank. And then bend your knees and float yourself back into Malasana. We're going to do that a few times. So push into your hands, float back into plank, bend your knees, come back to Malasana, just like a froggy hop. Back to Malasana. Plank, Malasana. Again, plank, Malasana. This time, plank, stay here. Lower down, knees, belly, then chest. Inhale for cobra. Stretch out those belly muscles. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Breathe deep into your belly. Exhale, send the shoulders back. Inhale again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press it back. Take your downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pedal out your feet. Press a little stronger to your hands. Slope those hips up high. Look at your toes. Bend your knees. Walk it up to your hands. Take a forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend those knees. Power down to lift up. And bring the hands to heart. All right. We're going to start with a sun salutation. Classical sun sal, which starts in Tadasana, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take your left foot, step it back into a low lunge. From here, place your knee down, lift up. Take a bend back. Exhale, vinyasa, right foot back, plank. Lower down. Inhale your choice of cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once you're here, the left foot steps forward again. Take the right foot down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, plant the hands. This time step forward, right foot to meet the left foot. Forward bend at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat down. Inhale, press all the way up. Bring the hands to heart. We're going to continue that. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot leading, steps back, knee down. Inhale, come all the way up for your low knee lunge. Exhale, vinyasa, right foot sweeps back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Leading with that left foot again. Step it forward, set the right knee down. Inhale, come up strong, push the hips forward, lean back. Exhale, hands come to the earth this time. Back foot meets the front foot, and you take that forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, strong through those legs, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back. Knee comes down. Inhale, sweep it high. Press those hips down and forward while you lean back in space. Exhale, hands come to the earth. Sweep that right foot back. Plank position. Lower down your choice into chaturanga or onto the floor. Cobra or upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time here. Left side leads again. Step it forward. Right knee comes down. Inhale, sweep it high, sink down, lift high. Exhale, send the hands down, meet the right foot forward. Take a forward bend. Breathing in. Breathing out. Halfway lift. Exhale, bend those knees. Come all the way up. Hands to heart. From here, we're going to continue on, lifting high. Exhale, forward bend. Again, left foot leaves, step it back. Send your left knee down. This time, just come into a softer version of that Anjanasana knee lunge. From here, we'll take the right hand down to your right hip. Send the left hand up and over towards the right side wall. Coming into a side bend. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring the hands to frame your right foot. Straighten your right leg. Shift the hips back and bring the right toes to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, coming into that nice hamstring stretch called half splits. One more breath in. Last breath out. Walk up onto your fingertips, but stay here. Turn your right toes off to the right, and then bring your back foot over to the left. Keep walking your hands over to the right side. You're going to cross that left hand over, and keep laying down that right leg until you can straighten it off onto its side. So I've walked my back foot all the way to the left side of my mat. Press straight into that right leg so you get that nice IT band stretch through the side of your leg. And then come back through. So you're going to rotate your left foot back onto the mat. Right foot points forward. Come back to your knee lunge. Yay. So lift your back leg up, step it forward, and switch legs. Take the right foot back. Plant the knee down. We'll come back and do the same thing. Inhale to lift. Sink down a smidge. Take your left hand down onto your hip. And then take that side bend over to the left side. Breathing in. Breathing out. And completing another cycle of breath. Come all the way back up. Frame the front foot. And straighten that leg and bring the toes up. Walk your hands back appropriately. Get nice and long. And then from here, send the heart down. Take a bow. Breathing in and breathing out. Here comes that tricky IT band stretch. So you want to look at your toes in the front first to point them over to the left. Take your back foot and you're going to swing it off your mat on the right side. Once you do that, take your right hand, cross it over onto the long edge of your mat here on the left, and then continue straightening through the left edge of your foot. So you're pushing into the knife edge of your leg here, and then just sinking into that stretch a little bit through that IT band. Big breath in, and another big breath out. Slowly walk it forward. So just shift your hands back to center, and then from here, we're going to lift up the back leg and make our way to downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Let your hips really drift up high. Try to pushing into your hands, bring your belly closer towards your thighs. Push into your hands and push into your heels equally if you can, bringing the head back between the elbows. Pedal out your feet just for a few moments more, where we will continue on with our first flow. press the heels down, lift your right foot up into three-legged dog. Strong into the hands. Don't let one hand be stronger than the other. Push equally into left and right palms. Now listen carefully. We're going to come to spinal balance from here. So that right leg that's up, you're going to put it down, knee on the floor. Yes. Now, once you have this, take the right hand, same hand as that knee that came down, forward. Take the opposite left leg up. So take a moment to figure out what the heck just happened. Okay, so right hand forward, left hand back. Pause the video if you need to get sort of reoriented. And then now put your right hand down, left foot down, and you're going to push into both hands and bring that right foot back up. Let's do that again. Okay, so right foot, the knee comes down. Once that touches down, same hand, right hand goes forward, left foot goes up. Set it down, push into the hands, right leg pushes back up. Okay, last time, just to get this in. Right knee comes onto the floor, right hand reaches forward, left foot goes up. Bring it down, that right leg shoots to the sky. Maybe now you've got it. If you don't, no sweat. We'll be doing this on the other side later. Now let's take the right foot in between the hands. All right, square up those hips, look forward. Now, strengthen up your core, lift the arms off, lift your chest a little bit off your thigh. We're going to come forward into warrior three. So bend your back knee, pop it forward, straighten through the right leg. All right, now step it into your high lunge. The toes come up, the arms swing overhead. Now from here, hands come to the heart. You're going to push off with your right leg and come to stand at the back of the mat. So take a reverse lunge. Same leg, right leg comes back into your lunge. Warrior three, come forward. You get where we're going with this? Same leg. Okay, so you're going to put your back foot down, push off, step to the back, right foot, lunge, pop forward, warrior three. Again, lunge, reverse, woo. Test your balance, right foot forward, lunge, pop forward, warrior three. Ain't this fun? Step it back. All right, find your balance, pop it back, step forward, and pop it forward, warrior three. All right, this time, set the left toes down, come into your lunge, and stay here. Arms come up, sink down a little lower, maybe sink that right foot forward, get a little bit lower. All right, bring the hands to heart and straighten up your upper body. Try not to bend too far back or hunch and curl forward. Bring the shoulders over your hips. Core is drawn in nice and tight, legs squeezing in towards each other. We're going to take some very gentle twists here, very slow. Turn to the right, look to the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, squeeze it to the left. Inhale, center. Squeeze it to the right. Inhale, center. Last time, exhale to the left. This time, come back through center, release the arms. Come forward into your plank. Lower, maybe chaturanga, or to your belly. Flip your feet, come up cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, here goes that second side. Take that left foot high for a three-legged dog. Again, even pressure into both palms. Bring that left knee to the floor. Same hand, left hand reaches forward. Right opposite foot lifts up. Exhale, send it down. Push into those hands. Three-legged dog. Again, two more times. Left knee comes down. Left hand reaches up. Opposite right foot comes up. Bring it back. Three-legged dog. Push it high. Last time. Left knee comes down. That same hand lifts up. Right leg lifts. Bring it down. Three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Stay in low lunge. We're going to really square up those hips, get really strong through the core, lift the upper body slightly off the thigh. We're going to get ready for warrior three. Pop forward. Take as many steps as you need. And then slowly lower down into your high lunge. Bring those arms up. Hands to heart. Now, you probably know where we're going from here. You're going to power up through your left leg, left thigh. You can bounce a little bit by bending your back knee. And you're going to push back into standing, back of your mat. Step forward, lunge, pop forward, warrior three. Step it back, lunge, pop back, standing. Forward lunge to warrior three. Bring it back, reverse lunge. Forward lunge, warrior three, lunge, reverse lunge. Lunge, warrior three, step it back, reverse. Last one, lunge to warrior three, step it back, reverse. Okay, let's come back to our lunge position. Now, really square up those hips, and then bring the hands to heart, turn slowly to the left. Full rotation, looking towards your thumbs. Come center, inhale. Exhale, squeezing those inner thighs, turn to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, squeeze to the left. Inhale, center. Squeeze to the right. From here, come back through center. Inhale, lift those arms. Exhale, dive down and slip that left foot back. Plank. Lower chaturanga if you like. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, press it back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bend those knees, walk or hop to your hands and take a forward bow. And take a few breaths here. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend those knees, come all the way up, nice and tall. Hands to heart. All right, we've got another variation to go. For this variation, you might want to have a block. We're going to explore half moon added on to that entire sequence. So if you felt like, if you feel like you might want to do half moon with a block, please do grab something, even if it's a stack of books, a telephone book, or your yoga block. And we're going to place it on the top right-hand corner of the mat. So once you're ready, we're going to start back at the top. Feet hip distance apart, Tadasana pose. Inhale, reach high. Hands at the top, seal. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk or hop back to your plank. Come back down into your belly position or chaturanga. Flip the feet for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take that right foot high. Come to spinal balance. Right knee on the floor. Right hand reaches forward. Left leg lifts. Set it down. Kick it back up. We're going to continue on from here. Take the right foot forward between the hands. Stay here. And then lift the arms and the chest off that thigh. Come forward. Warrior three. Slowly step it down. Come into your high lunge. Hands settle at your heart. We're going to bend the back knee, step it back, right foot come forward, warrior three. Step it back, right foot comes back, step it forward, warrior three. So it's just the right foot moving here. Right foot forward again, warrior three. This time, land back into your lunge. Stay here. Take your twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale last time to the left. Inhale, center. Here's a change. Release the hands. Take your back toes and face them off to the side. And then open up your arms to the front and the back of your mat so your chest is facing the long edge. Settle into your front knee lunge, back leg is really straight, and then look forward to your right fingertips. Squeeze your shoulders slightly back so you're not crowding through the chest and curling in through your spine. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Flip your front palm and your back palm. Now you're going to keep your right hand just where it is if you can. You're going to reach forward, take your left hand and try to reach through the right palm, almost like you're trying to clap those hands. You don't have to reach or touch, but that's the direction we're going. So reach towards the right palm, come back up. Reach for that right palm, come back up. Reach, come back up. Last time, reach. Oh boy. All right, this time straighten that front leg. We're coming to triangle. So we're going to reach again through that right hand, bump your hips back in space, and then set your right hand down anywhere on your inner thigh or below the knee. Take your left hand up and over and try to keep your arms aligned. So left shoulder on top of the right shoulder, and then those hands on top of each other, and lean slightly back. If you want to go down a little lower, feel free to slide the right hand down. But if you feel your upper body starting to slope forward and down, you might need to come up a little bit more because there's a lack of rotation in your hips perhaps, or in your spine. All right, bend that front knee, come back up, coming to side angle pose. So for this next segue here from side angle into half moon, you might want to stay in side angle so that your right elbow comes down onto your thigh and your left hand comes up and over. You look up at your bicep. So first option is to stay here. Second option is to look down at that block. Left hand comes to your hip, scoot your back foot in, reach for your block. I'm going to back up a little so you can see me. Right hand on the block or the floor if you don't have one. And then pump down into your right foot, lift your back leg up and open the hip to the left. Simultaneously, your left shoulder is also opening with that same hip. And then send the arm up. Now, see if you can push your left foot up a little bit higher. Squeeze that glute. Take a deep breath in. Stare at a spot on the floor. Try not to look all over the place. And then very slowly lower your left leg, bend your right knee into warrior position. Whew. All right, spiral down to your plank. I'm just going to move my block to the left here. Slip it back, lower down. Inhale to come up. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, other side. You ready? Okay, left foot lifts up. Spinal balance. Left knee comes forward. The left hand reaches forward while the right leg lifts. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lower left hand and push back up into three-legged dog. From here, left foot comes forward. Plant the foot into low lunge, getting ready for that warrior three. So the arms lift, chest lifts. Pop it forward, lift your back leg up. Core strong, tucked in. Slowly lower your right foot. Swing those arms up into your lunge. Hands come to heart. Are we going to do that progression again? So we're going to bend that back knee and pop it back into our standing position. Left foot leading, steps forward, and then bounce it forward to your warrior three. Step it back again. Front lunge to warrior three. Put the right foot down, left foot pops back, and again step forward, left foot, warrior three. Step it back, standing. Forward lunge, warrior three. Then put that right foot down and come into just a regular lunge position with the hands at the heart. Inhale, and as you exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, to the left. Inhale, center. Last time, exhale to the right. This time as you come forward, drop the hands and open your right toes to the side, landing your heel. Okay, I'm going to scoot forward a little bit. Now, left knee stays bent, right leg is straight. Open the arms to the front and back of your mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Look towards the left hand. And then draw your knees to the pinky sides of your toes. Nice and strong. Flip both hands. Reach forward. Take your right hand over to meet your left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, come up. This next one is triangle. So straighten that front leg. Reach forward again and set your left hand down to the inner thigh or below the knee. Right hand goes up. And I'm going to try to stack right shoulder over left and open the right arm back. Turning the chest and the belly also up and back. Maybe look up at your thumb. Legs are super straight. Breathing in. Breathing out. Slowly bend your front knee, come back. First option is to stay in side angle. Elbow comes to your thigh. Right hand comes overhead, turning the chest and the shoulder back up and again. Or you can take the right hand down to your hip, look down, find that block, make sure that it's close enough. You're going to put it underneath your left hand, keep facing the right side, and then pop up onto your left foot, lifting that right leg. Open up that hip, turn and open the right shoulder, and then lift the arm up when you're ready. Maybe kick that foot up just a little bit higher. Breathing in, breathing out. Find that steadiness in your breath, your focal point. Slowly bend your front knee, set it down into warrior two. Oh, and then bring that right hand down. Low lunge to plank. Oh boy, let's lower all the way to the floor. So knees, belly, and chest. Bring your hands underneath and place a cheek to the mat. Let it out through your mouth. Feel the beating of your heart. Good work, everybody. So when you're ready, we are going to work our way into some back strength poses, which is really good to do almost daily because a lot of us are very sedentary. Even if you're not a very sedentary person, that's just kind of the way our lives are built around chairs and sofas and dining tables. So it's really a good idea to work on activating and shortening those back muscles, because when you're sitting and you're slouching all day, those muscles become long and slack and they lose their ability to pretty much hold you up and give you the stability you need. And that's why a lot of people suffer from back issues. So I'm going to show you a few movements that you can do throughout your day that are really advantageous just about any time, even if you do like 5 minutes of them every day. And you don't have to do like a full-on yoga practice just to strengthen your back. So let's start with locust. A variation of locust with the hands underneath the shoulders first. So hands start here, underneath shoulders, elbows close in. They're not out like chicken wings. You have them sealed close to your ribs. Untuck your toes. Keep them about hip distance, not too wide. And then begin to squeeze your legs, your glutes. And then push gently into those hands, just barely. Begin to lift your chest off the floor. Slide the shoulders away from your ears. Don't let them crouch up to your face. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, holding it here. Inhale. Exhale, just feeling that warmth, all that blood flow starting to make its way into those back muscles. Slowly lower. Let's begin one breath per movement. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower, but don't go all the way to the floor. Just hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Fold your arms. Put the other cheek to the mat. And wiggle out your heels. Let's do one more. We'll bring the arms out in front, legs stretched out back. So look forward. We're going to do alternate arm and leg lifts. So this time, lift your left hand up, lift your right leg up. Now press into your remaining right and left foot on the floor and gently assist coming up. Give your back a little squeeze. Exhale, lower. We're going to switch. Right hand, left foot. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Again, one more time on each side. Last time. Bring it down. Bring the hands to the mat underneath your face. Wiggle out your heels. Place the hands underneath your shoulders. Squeeze the elbows in and come back into tabletop position. From here, square up your arms with your shoulders, knees to hips, and we'll come to thread the needle. Really nice twist for the back and shoulders. Really nice to rejuvenate any crinkly areas that are just stiff from working at a desk. Let's take the left arm, lift it up, and exhale, swing it underneath the right arm and land your shoulder and the top edge of your head, not your ear. So just keep a space between your neck and your cheek off the floor. Push into your right hand and spiral your right shoulder back. So you feel this nice stretch happening across your left shoulder blade. And then don't forget to breathe. As you breathe in, feel those shoulder blades separate and broaden, and all the muscles twisting around your back, getting that nice little massage. Some of you may want to stay in this pose for a bit longer, depending on how you feel or what you've been doing. And then push into your right hand, unravel yourself, and come back to tabletop. Let's take the right arm up to the sky, and exhale, thread it underneath the left arm. Land your shoulder, and again, the top of your head, not your ear, but you want to keep your head in a nice straight angle with your shoulder, so you're not crunching your neck. Now push into your left hand, and as you push, you can feel yourself rolling stronger onto that right shoulder, and that left shoulder wants to peel back in space a little bit. Find your breath. Allow it to get nice and expansive through your spine. And then push into that left hand, unravel yourself. From here, we're going to come into puppy pose, which is a little bit like child's pose, but you don't send your hips back. You're going to keep your hips over your knees, just like tabletop, but it's just the front of your body that's walking forward. And you're going to set either your forehead or your chin down as you lower onto your elbows, and then finally onto your chin or your forehead. And try to squeeze your lats, your triceps, and the front of your chest down. You may want to experiment if it feels better to be on your chin, or if it feels better to be on your forehead. Some people find it a little hard for their neck. Take a few breaths here in puppy pose. Really open up that chest. Enjoy that little back bend. Let your heart melt down towards the floor just a bit more. And then slowly push into your hands, walk your way back up. Oof, that's an intense one. And then just rock your shoulders. Rock your hips and the side of your body. Let your head hang and sway from side to side. And then walk yourself into a seated position. So we're going to start with some seated stretches. The first one is kind of like a seated pigeon. So we start with the feet out in front, and then bring your right leg in close. Now we're going to cross that right ankle over the top of your left thigh. Let the knee splay out. If it's really high, you can just hold it here with your other hand. So this is your first option, because the next few options might be a little bit challenging if you don't have a lot of mobility in your hips. So this is always good on its own, just to open and externally rotate your right thigh. So you could stay here. Your second option is to go a little further by lifting that foot up and plugging the sole of your foot into the crook of your elbow, or even into your bicep. So you're going to reach down and take your other arm and hug it in. I like to call this the weird leg baby stretch. So it's like you've got a baby in your arms, and then you're going to rock that baby. After a while, it feels like your leg has become a separate entity altogether, and it's a little bit strange, but it feels really, really good. So feel free to stay in a static position too if you prefer. You can keep bringing it closer towards your chest, sitting up tall. Or you can take your right hand onto your knee. You can give it a little bit of a circle. All right, so next option is for crane. In crane, you might need a strap for. So I'm going to show you first what it looks like without a strap, so then maybe you can use that time to go grab a strap. If you can't reach underneath your foot like so, a strap might be a good idea. So what we're going to do without the strap is kick into the hand and kick through into a straightened position. I'll show you through the side. And this is our starting position. This is crane. You notice that my right leg is still kind of bent because I've got really tight hamstrings, and that's fine. Now, if you feel like, no, there's no way I can reach my foot like that, use a strap. It'll save you a lot of grief. It'll make things a lot easier. So you just strap that foot just like you would if those were your hands, and you're going to kick into that strap. And so you notice now I can relax my leg a little more. I have more length rather than trying to force the length of my arms onto my legs, and I'm going to push through that heel and sit up tall. This is going to activate a stretch in your hamstrings, and then we're going to work it into our our IT band on the side of the leg. So in order to do that, you're going to switch the grip, your right hand onto the strap, left hand onto the strap. Take the right hand, make sure it's free, and you're going to swing it to the back of the room while kicking through that right heel. Sit up nice and tall if you can, even lowering that foot if you need to.